An update on the so-called killer grandma accused of murdering a Bradenton woman to assume her identity.
Security is on the minds of Suncoast residents as we head into the July 4th weekend. I'll tell you what law enforcement is doing to keep you safe just ahead.
And just how much money the victims from Parkland are getting thanks to donations from a GoFundMe. Your Suncoast News starts now.
You're watching ABC7 News at 6.
Hello and welcome. I'm Scott Dennis.
And I'm Jacqueline Matter. Thanks for joining us. Topping our news at 6, the FBI arrests a Cleveland man who they say was planning a 4th of July terror attack on the city. Agents say Demetrius Pitts was planning to load a van full of explosives and then target the city's holiday parade.
Now security is on the minds of those here on the Suncoast getting ready to celebrate the nation's birthday. ABC7's Jess Dowdrick joins us live from the Sarasota Bayfront tonight to explain how law enforcement intends to protect you this week. Jess?
Jacqueline, Scott, the 4th of July fireworks event that draw the most crowds are, of course, here on the Bayfront in Sarasota, at the Riverwalk in Bradenton, on Siesta Key, and at Nathan Benderson Park. Now, law enforcement has been planning for months on the best ways to keep you safe during these crowded events. Sarasota Police Department is coming off of an all-hands-on-deck weekend at the Sarasota Grand Prix. Officers will remain out in full force through the fireworks on the 4th.
You're going to have folks that are in uniform, some that are not in uniform on the 4th of July, some that you'll see, some that you won't.
Law enforcement won't give away their intel, but in Bradenton, as police prepare for the large crowds on the Riverwalk, police have said they're patrolling the internet just in case.
We go out on our social media intelligence. We look for anything that may be odd. We're focused on crowd safety, both on the roadways, around the area where the event's happening, of course, on the waterways.
On Siesta Key, the Sarasota County Sheriff's Office will be dealing with their biggest crowd of the year. There are extra deputies on foot and on horseback planned for the day's events. Also, the Special Operations Unit and Hazardous Device Unit will be on standby, just in case.
The odds are extremely remote anything happening. So it's more to put back on the public to say don't be hesitant to call if they have a fear.
While law enforcement is doing its part, officers are asking you if you see something to say something. These agencies often rely on tips from Crime Stoppers and other calls so they can monitor and investigate a suspicious situation.
If you see something that's suspicious, definitely call us and let us know. If you see an officer that's standing by or you're near an officer in a crowd, just let them know that, hey, something's not right, and let us take care of it from there.
The fireworks at Nathan Benderson Park will be happening tomorrow instead of on the 4th of July. I'm told by the Sarasota County Sheriff's Office that they will have 7 extra deputies on patrol that night, just in case. Reporting live in Sarasota, Jess Dowdrick, ABC7, your Suncoast News.
Jess, thank you. A staple of the 4th of July, fireworks and sparklers. And while they can be fun, it's important to keep a few things in mind. It is illegal to launch fireworks in Florida, but there will be public fireworks shows, as you heard there, Bayfront Park, Siesta Beach, the riverfront in Bradenton, and other areas. If you are celebrating with sparklers, even though they are small, they can leave a bad burn.
Keep a safe distance even from sparklers. They burn at about 2,000 degrees, so at times people do get burns from sparklers.
If you do end up burning yourself and your skin starts to blister, blacken, or become severely burned, make sure to call 911. Sarasota County fire officials also reminding people if you are burning anything to keep a water source close by, just in case of an emergency.
More than 2 million people are expected to be on vacation this week for Independence Day. AAA says that's a significant increase compared to last year. Tomorrow is expected to be the busiest day of the week on the roads, and experts are advising drivers to pack their patience.
Plan ahead. Before you're going to fly or if you're going to drive, just expect the roadways to be crowded, expect the airports to be crowded. Give yourself more time than you would otherwise. And remember, it's a vacation, it's not a race.
While gas prices are up, the cost of airfare is down this summer. The most popular Independence Day travel destination for 2018 is Orlando.
Yeah, nearly 40 million people expected to hit the road for the 4th of July trips this week, and they'll pay a little more for gas, as you heard. AAA reports the average price nationwide about $2.90 a gallon, a 4-year high for this holiday period. Overall, that will cost drivers $1 billion more than last year. A recent survey showed the top fear of travelers is overpaying for gas. According to the app Gas Buddy, here are the cheapest prices right here on the Suncoast. In Sarasota, you can fill up at the Texaco on Fruitville Road for $2.65. In Bradenton, at the Mobile on First Street, it's $2.65 as well. And in Venice, $2.65 a gallon at the Shell station on US 41.
Well, let's check in with Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan for our first alert forecast. And if you're staying here for the 4th of July holiday, you may be seeing a few showers, Bob.
Right now, we're seeing a few showers, only a few. We can see some activity developing near Parrish. We had some down near Venice earlier. We'll take a look at the 2-3 o'clock hour. You can see that near Northport, some rainfall near Tarpon Point as well, right around 2 to 3 o'clock. Then it kind of worked its way up toward Parrish. And then a few inland storms have been popping up here and there, but not many. It's pretty quiet out there considering what time of year we're at and how much heat there has been around. The heat index is up near 100 degrees again today. There's some drier air in the upper levels of the atmosphere, which is inhibiting the wide coverage that we would normally see right now. We're going to miss those cooling showers to bring us that rain-cooled air this evening across most of the area. Right now, it is a little bit cooler near Hidden River and along Fruitville, well east of I-75. You'll see not much going on near the coast, although the outflow boundary from this particular cell could generate 1 or 2 isolated showers along the coast. Now, we have this dry air in place. You can see it kind of moving in today. And then notice this twist in the atmosphere. This is a low pressure in the mid to upper levels of the atmosphere. This is going to be working its way across the state on Tuesday and Wednesday, bringing with it a better chance for scattered afternoon and evening storms, a little bit more coverage too. I do anticipate that to happen on Tuesday and Wednesday. We'll have more on the rest of the work week's forecast and some good news in the hurricane season coming up in a few minutes. Back to you.
All right, Bob, thank you. Follow up now on the grandma accused of murdering a Bradenton woman to assume her identity. Prosecutors in Fort Myers announcing today they will seek the death penalty for 56-year-old Lois Reese. She's charged with the shooting death of Pamela Hutchinson on Fort Myers Beach. Prosecutors say Reese killed Hutchinson, stole her credit cards and vehicle, and then fled to Texas. Reese is also suspected in the shooting death of her husband in Minnesota. She's expected in court on July 11th for a case hearing.
New at 6, Sarasota County Sheriff's deputies arresting 12 people on a part of Operation Freelancer, an investigation to protect people from unlicensed contractors. The investigation involves undercover detectives hiring people claiming to be contractors but are not licensed to do so. Each person arrested was charged with a felony. Deputies say they are repeat offenders, some with prior felony charges, others with prior convictions.
5 men are facing multiple charges following a prostitution sting in Sarasota. Sarasota police say they arrested these men last week for soliciting prostitution and other charges. The undercover operation happening along North Tamiami Trail in Sarasota. This is part of an ongoing effort to rid the North Trail of crimes like this.
Northport police are looking for the owner of this truck. They say whoever was driving it stole a leaf blower and an edger from a landscaper. Police say it happened last week off of Abbotsford Street. If caught, that person faces felony charges. If you have any details of the person or people who could have been involved, you're asked to call Northport Police.
Venice police want your help identifying this woman. They say she stole hundreds of dollars worth of dental products from a store. If you recognize the woman, who likely has clean teeth, call Venice police.
An update now on the case of the Seminole Heights killer. And the parents of the man accused of killing 4 people in Tampa earlier this year have been released from house arrest today. Prosecutors say the couple gave the court enough information. Howell Donaldson III's parents have been under house arrest for 5 months after being held in contempt of court for refusing to answer questions. That trial for their son continues.
Some encouraging news for the families of the 17 victims killed in the Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School shooting. Today, the Broward Education Foundation announcing how the money from a GoFundMe campaign will be distributed. Each family will receive $400,000. 18 injured survivors will split $1.6 million. Some students who were inside the building while the shooting happened will receive about $2,500, and students who are on campus but not in the building will receive $1,000 each. The GoFundMe campaign raised more than $10 million. 100% of the profits will go to the victims and their families.
An immigrant family separated after crossing the border reunited in Miami over the weekend. Buena Godinez Martin was fleeing gang violence in Guatemala and entered the U.S. with her 10-month-old son in May to seek asylum. Just days after she was released from a detention center, her husband crossed the border with their daughter. The father and daughter separated under the Trump administration's zero-tolerance immigration policy. Now the family is waiting to hear from immigration officials about their asylum request.
A cruise ship worker is counting his blessings after an incredible rescue at sea. The 33-year-old crew member was lost in the water for nearly 24 hours after going overboard just north of Cuba. At one point, the search was even called off. Then another cruise ship spotted him and pulled him out of the water to safety.
We slowed down, turned the ship around and maneuvered the Carnival Glory near where the person was in the water.
There are still questions, including how he fell overboard in the first place. But for now, the cruise ship finding him is just really nothing short of a miracle. Still to come in your Suncoast News, Sarasota County giving the city of Sarasota responsibility for 5 parks it can no longer afford to keep up, why the funds may come out of homeowners' pockets.
Plus a follow-up on this weekend's Grand Prix, why an organizer of the event says it exceeded expectations.
When my youngest, Addie, was 2.5, she was diagnosed with leukemia. When we first heard that diagnosis, you feel extremely alone. Walking in that Light the Night light with 6,000 people carrying lights, white for survivors, red for supporters, gold in memory of those who have passed. It's the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society's hope that every year there are fewer gold lanterns. Your lantern will make a difference.
Start a team, join a team.
Help us light the night.
Picking out a new ceiling fan? That's a do-it-yourself. Installing your new ceiling fan?
No.
That's a don't do-it-yourself. For ceiling fans, rewires, or anything electrical, play it safe. And call on the trained electricians from your locally owned Mr. Sparky. It's no accident that so many of our customers are repeat customers. Trust Mr. Sparky for all your electrical repairs.
Call 888-8-SPARKY.
The body, it is a work of art and a powerful ally in the fight against cancer. A new approach called immunotherapy works by helping our immune system correctly identify and eradicate many types of cancer cells. Speak with your doctor and visit su2c.org/immunotherapy to learn more. Your body might just be your greatest hope.
Today, everyone is looking for carpeting that lasts longer. G. Fried has you covered with Karastan. With a legacy of quality and integrity, we provide you with a huge selection of Karastan carpets with exclusive lifetime limited warranties. All installed by our highly skilled, highly knowledgeable team. Come ask us why Karastan is the best and most durable. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
I heard about the Dotoli Cancer Center through friends of mine who had been treated here and were very pleased with the treatment.
If there is prostate cancer, we at the Dotoli Cancer Center will find it using 3D color flow Doppler ultrasound.
And that helped precisely identify where my cancer was and some additional cancers that were not found during the biopsy. I would recommend the Dotoli Cancer Center. As a group of human beings, they are unbelievably great.
Need more space in your place? The More Space Place can help with Murphy beds that disappear to reveal a home office, living room, or den. Custom closets with designated areas for your shoes, bags, wardrobe, and accessories. Custom-built entertainment centers, garage storage systems, and more. The More Space Place has 3 showrooms next to Sonny's on US 41 South in Sarasota, on Lakewood Ranch Boulevard just south of State Route 64 in Bradenton, and on Tamiami Trail next to Panera Bread in Port Charlotte. Put more space in your place at the More Space Place.
Sarasota County can no longer afford to maintain 5 parks, so it's handing them over to the city of Sarasota. Those 5 parks: Arlington, Centennial, Ken Thompson Park, Payne Park Tennis Center, and the Sarasota Lawn Bowling Club. The problem is this now puts a $900,000 deficit in the city's budget. To pay for this, administrators proposed a property tax increase that will come down to about $18 a year on a $200,000 home. But last week, commissioners voted against this, directing staff to find something else to cut. The city says it will need to hire 28 new part-time and full-time staff for these parks.
It is a difficult thing to budget for, no question about it, and actually hire for, because we're looking to actually hire for these positions by October 1st, which is going to be very difficult to make sure we transition the people into those positions and make sure that the residents and citizens don't feel any issues or effects of those transitions.
This upcoming Monday, commissioners will revisit the topic and vote again on a potential property tax increase.
The Venice Farmers Market is getting a new location because of the road construction in downtown. The Farmers Market will be moving near City Hall. This Saturday will be the first Farmers Market at this new location until the road project is finished. Summer hours for the Farmers Market are on Saturdays at 8 in the morning and they go until noon.
Follow up now on the festivities from this weekend's Sarasota Grand Prix. According to representatives from the event, the rain did not slow down the racers on Saturday. All of those races scheduled did happen. And then Sunday, the big crowds came out to Lido Beach, more than 10,000 people attending and more than 30 boats competing in the event. The amount of the money raised will be announced next month.
An update now following concerns over housing for refugees of last year's hurricane season. A judge ordering an extension on temporary hotel vouchers for a few more days. The decision coming just hours after a civil rights group sought a federal injunction to block the eviction of about 2,000 Puerto Ricans whose vouchers were set to expire yesterday. FEMA declined to comment but is now working to notify hotels to extend the aid until Thursday to comply with that order.
Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan joins us now. You said earlier you have some encouraging news for hurricane season.
Right. We got better news. You know, I know before the season started, all the news was how active it was going to be and how much above average it was going to be. But that has now changed. And we were talking about this for the past couple of weeks. The colder water in the Atlantic near the main development region. On top of that, El Nino expected to be firing up right during the peak of the hurricane season. Well, we've already had Alberto, but we could only get to Kirk, and that'd be well below average. We'll see how that plays out right now. Remember, it only takes one storm to make it an active season. So we've gone from 14 named storms down to 11. That includes Alberto, so 10 remaining. And 4 hurricanes, the average is 7. That's also a good number. And intense hurricanes, it goes from a 2 to a 1 below average on all fronts. If everything plays out, and we think it will, according to Colorado State University, and I kind of agree with that. A Lakewood Ranch webcam showing not much rainfall out there this afternoon. We've had a few showers around the cumulus clouds that you see here. Develop every once in a while a brief shower, but not a lot of heavy rainfall. And it looks like most of the activity is gone away for the time being. We could see some redevelopment. That area of low pressure, which brought us the rainfall on Saturday, continues to head away from us and continues to push off toward the west. We do have another upper level low right here, and this upper level low will continue to work its way in our direction, so we can expect an increase in chances for rainfall. It looks like specifically on Wednesday, Tuesday and Wednesday for those afternoon and evening storms. Although the east coast breeze still working its way over, that will possibly give us a late night shower or two along the coastline, so we'll look for that. But right now all the rain that was around is gone, and it looks like rainfall amounts were pretty impressive right there between Northport and Venice along I-75, an inch and a half. But you'll notice nothing going along the coastline there, about 3/10 of an inch just southwest of Parrish, as some storms were around earlier. But all in all, the trend for this evening, a few isolated cells, a few scattered thunderstorms still possible, but most of the rain will be over around 9, 10 o'clock. And then we'll look for better chances for those afternoon storms to come into play. You'll see the forecast timing. We'll start to see those flare up after 2 o'clock. And you'll notice the coverage will become a little bit more intense, and that's due to the high pressure leaving and this upper level low getting closer to us. A good chance for scattered showers and storms again on 4th of July, 4th of July evening, that is, as you see that low kind of making its way across. This is at 5 p.m. Hopefully all the storms will be over by 9 o'clock. That's when most of the fireworks shows begin, but I would suspect that there'll still be a few isolated cells around even at that hour. 88 degrees in Jacksonville now, 87 in Orlando. Temperatures around town. It is cool near Mayaca City, down to 86 because of that shower that was nearby. 86 in Bradenton. 87 into the Gulf water temperature. Very warm right now. 88 degree temperature at the airport. It feels like 96 out there. We have a west wind at 8 and the pressure 29.98 inches. And it has been falling slightly. High today was 91. The low was 75 right at the average, and the forecast tomorrow calls for that heat index once again to be up to 100 degrees by noon, and it continues to stay warm, but we'll see more showers to cool us down a little bit in the evening hours, both again on Tuesday night and Wednesday. Well, the overall picture is heat. That's what the story is all week long and weekend long. It's been hot. Chicago, they had to hose down a bridge there because the metal was expanding so much that some of the boats couldn't get underneath it. So the fire department set up some hoses and cooled things down. But right now the fire danger remains hot out west, and the heat advisory continues out to the northeast. And in New York, you can see that excessive heat warning there. Temperatures currently, it's 95 in Philadelphia, 89 in Detroit, a little bit cooler there in Columbus as some rain is moving by, but 95 in Philadelphia. For boaters, winds will be out of the east, then changing to the northwest at 5 to 10. Seas will be running 1 to 2 feet. The forecast then calling for scattered showers and storms for the next 7 days. Looks fairly typical for summer pattern. And again, Wednesday, for the big 4th of July celebration, we are anticipating a chance for scattered showers and storms. It looks like right through about 8, 9 o'clock, and then things should start to calm down. Temperature at 9 should be right around 86 by the evening. Say 11 o'clock, temperature down to 80 degrees with the fireworks. Be careful out there. Back to you.
We will. Thank you, Bob. Stay with us.
When we come back, we'll tell you the story behind this proposal that happened at Tampa International Airport.
Supreme Court showdown. Democrats scrambling. His choice could reshape the court for more than a generation. Plus, holiday heat wave, the dangerous temperatures and wildfire threat. World News Tonight with David Muir, America's most watched newscast.
Judy here, I think hospice was a tremendous source of support for her.
Absolutely. With Jennifer and Kimberly and Liza's constant contact with us, coming in, just knowing that there was someone with knowledge there to back us up, to answer our questions, it made a world of difference.
Did you know that a dirty CPAP system can make you sick? If you knew what could be growing in your mask and hose, it would keep you up at night. Now SoClean.com has released the world's first and only automated hands-free CPAP cleaner and sanitizer. With its patented design, SoClean is fast, effective, and hands-free, killing 99.9% of all CPAP germs. Try SoClean now through this special TV offer free for 30 days. Just call 800-604-0398.
My health has improved. It's simple to use, and I'm not worried about infections.
SoClean works on all CPAP machines and popular masks, destroying CPAP bacteria, viruses, and germs without the daily hassle of washing your system by hand. Just place your mask in, close the lid, and in just minutes, voila! Sanitized and ready to use. Try SoClean risk-free for 30 days. This is a limited time offer. Call now, 800-604-0398, or visit SoClean.com today.
This is an important message for anyone with Medicare. You may be eligible for an all-in-one Medicare plan that combines hospital, medical, and prescription drug coverage together with extra benefits that may include dental, vision, hearing aids, and much more. Some of these plans have a $0 monthly premium regardless of your income. That's right. For one low plan premium, or in some cases a $0 premium, you may be able to get coverage for your hospital visits, doctor appointments, prescription drugs, routine dental care, eyeglasses and contact lenses, hearing aids, and possibly more. Today may be the first time you've heard about this type of Medicare plan. The advisors at the Medicare.com helpline are licensed insurance agents who will explain more when you call. Call now to see if you qualify. Call the number on your screen now. Call now to see if you qualify for these benefits. You worked hard for your Medicare. Now is the time for your Medicare to work hard for you. Not affiliated with or acting on behalf of any government agency or program.
Thanks to the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society, what was once impossible is happening today for thousands of patients with blood cancer.
I live.
I live. I live. I live.
I live.
She lives.
Because of the research done by the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society in the battle against blood cancer.
If you had a chance to support the research that is saving lives, what would you do?
Are you a food lover, restaurant goer, or home cook? Then check out My Suncoast Dining on mysuncoast.com, your guide to the foodie lifestyle. ABC7's own Chef Judy serves up her favorite recipes, cooking tips and trends, dining blogs, and helpful step-by-step videos. And you'll love the restaurant guide with direct links to your favorite Suncoast eateries. Whether you're cooking in or dining out, whet your appetite with tasty tips from Chef Judy at mysuncoast.com/dining. Watch Good Morning Suncoast.
301 and 41 both are showing a lot of slowdowns, as well as the bridges that are coming into Bradenton.
Chance of showers during the morning hours thanks to a west wind. Tomorrow, I think our rainfall chance will be enhanced.
Weekdays starting at 5 a.m.
Here's a welcome home that will forever be one to remember. Dozens of people are sharing and retweeting this picture taken at Tampa International Airport. It shows an Army soldier, Austin Fitch, proposing to his fiancée. Many passengers waited, watched, and cheered while she happily said yes. The couple got engaged in the main terminal last night. We wish the best of luck to the new couple and thank you for your service, Austin. How sweet.
Homecoming,
yeah.
We'll never forget either of them. Probably all the people are watching too.
Right.
Yeah, nice.
Looks good. And looks good out there too. Scattered showers still possible on the coast, but not much. Only at 20%. So enjoy your evening, enjoy your sunset. Send your photos to pics at mysuncoast.com.
World News Tonight with David Muir is coming up next.
We'll see you again at 7 and 11. Have a good night.